Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece.
I'm Dammy.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of September, 2020, and this is episode 411. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. So let's do a little insane Instagram blocking of 2020 update. So I created a new account for me, and they blocked it. So I waited a couple days to see if it would be unblocked. It didn't. So I deleted that account and created a new one yesterday. And thus far, knock on wood, I don't know where wood is, my head, it is okay. So I have moved my public Instagram account over to CC_Java Pearl. So CC_JAVAPURL. And Pink Pearl has moved over to Pinky Pearl. PINKIEPURL. The irony of all this is once we got everything moved over, we published it places, etc., they blocked the original accounts. But at this point, I'm like not chancing it again since they blocked me for over 3.5 weeks on those accounts. We're just not going to do it. So, yes. New accounts, CC_Java Pearl and Pinky Pearl. So, if you haven't followed us, the new accounts yet, and you're on Instagram, do that. Dammy is still Dammy's Doodles. Okay, well, we have some stuff to talk about today, including the winners of our Summertime and the Living is Easy, ow. So, we probably should get started. Oh, and stay tuned towards the end of the podcast, we're going to talk about the changes that'll be happening with Dammy going back to school and how that's going to affect the podcast. So, stay tuned for that. Okay, here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
What is on your needles, Dammy?
I'm still working on these baby socks because I'm lazy.
You're not lazy. You're just recovering from school.
I'm lazy. So this is for a co-worker who had her baby, I think about a month ago now. Because she didn't post when he was born, but she posted a picture of him. So I need to finish these before I go back to school next Saturday, but I'm on the second sock and I'm on the leg. So these are my baby chino socks pattern, which are available for purchase through our website via Etsy or PayHip.
So our website is javapearldesigns.com.
Yes, it's by me. I'm using the wrong size needles by 0.25 millimeters, but it's okay because I say it is. I'm using US 4s. And the yarn is Bernay Softy Baby in the Prince Pebbles colorway.
Very pretty.
The end.
So are you going to meet up with your coworker, or are you going to drop them off at the diner, or what?
I was gonna text her, and because she lives 5 minutes away from us, and say, hey, can I drop these on your porch without it being weird?
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Contactless delivery.
Yeah. I'll wave at her cats and her baby through her door.
Alrighty. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I have a couple things on the needles. First up is in my Nerdbird Makery bag, which I love. I want to use for the rest of my life. These are surprise socks for my friend Rebecca's daughter Lou, who just turned 2 last week. She posted pictures yesterday or today. Mm-hmm. These are to go with the surprise socks that I knit for my friend Rebecca, for Lou's mom. I'm using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern that you can get on through our website. I'm just doing it as tube socks because little ones grow too fast. and I'm doing a smaller stitch count, which is why I am not doing these on aluminum needles, because there's not enough circumference. I am using US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Pandia's Jewels hand-dyed yarn, Super Sparkle in the electric pink colorway. This was a gradient sock blank that I wound, and then Rebecca's socks I did one from one end and one end from the other, and I'll do the same for Lou's. So there's sparkle. Can you see the sparkle? It's brighter than what it's showing. I don't know why it's washed out. Oh, the Progress Keepers from Tilting Planet with the little pink stars in it. I need to knit until probably about 8.5 inches, and then do the cuff. And I'm at about 4.5 maybe right now. So this has made me realize how much I don't like knitting socks magic loop, but you do what you got to do. The other thing that I am working on is in this kitty bag from Lizzie Bags. I can't show you the project because it is a new design that I will be releasing in October, along with its sister pattern. This is going to be the I'll have 2 coffees and 2 cherry danishes to go please cowl. I'm doing it on US 2's 2.75 mil needles. That's all the yarn I have left, Tammy.
Oh, nice.
This is Pandia's Jewels Floofy in the Miss Woodhouse Please Advise colorway. This was caked up, but when I get towards the end of a cake, I have a hard time grasping how much yarn actually that is left. So a lot of times if I'm using like all the yarn, I will just wind it, and that helps me kind of visualize. So this will be done by next week's episode, because I want to do photo shoot before you go back to school. So this will be done. And I'm using a Progress Keeper from Tilting Planet that's like the one on Lou's socks. It's just got multicolored stars. So that is the 2 things that I am actively working on. My test knitters are working on the cowl. The patterns are with our tech editor for both the sock pattern and the cowl pattern, and both of those will be releasing in October. So that's everything on the needles, but I do have an FO, so let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
My weekly preemie hat, as always. This is number 35 for the year. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on javapearldesigns.com. Remind me when I finish talking about this, I'll talk about moving the patterns over, because I'm almost done. I did this on US 6 4 needles, and the yarn is Bernay Softy Baby in the pink rainbow colorway, and Knit Pixel of the Andes worsted in the Semolina colorway. And the Semolina is darker than what it's showing. So there's that. So that's my only finish for the week. So I have made excellent progress in moving our patterns off of Ravelry onto Etsy and Payhip. I have 4 patterns left to move over, but they are ones that have to be reformatted first. So I'm in the process of doing that, and I think 3 of the 4, either 2 or 3 of the 4 need to be reformatted so that I can move over the last 2 ebooks, because those patterns are in those 2 ebooks, and I want them reformatted before I do that. So very close. I will be done before school starts for me with no problem. I would like to get them finished reformatted too as well before you go back to school, because Dammy helps me double check things after I do the reformat. So that's easier to do if we can both sit next to each other and be able to look at it. So I am working on that and getting that done. So if you're looking for our patterns, javapearldesigns.com, and links are there to everything for Etsy and Payhip. And it's your preference for which one you want to use. We're fine either way. So and if you want physical books, we do have some of those available on Etsy. So okay, that's everything for this segment. Let's move on to the next one. And now it's time for FlossTube. All right, I have 3. You don't have anything. You didn't work on yours. Okay, so your crafting time when you've been doing it has been focused on the socks, which makes perfect sense. Okay, I have 3 projects to talk to you about this week. First up, in my Tilting Planet litter bag that I love is here we go, Baba Black Sheep by the Prairie Schooler. This was a gift from Michelle Bindi Stitchy, and I am doing this on an oops, get it down in there, 18 count Ada that was dyed pink by Erin the 2 Martini Stitcher. And of course I changed the floss colors to go with the fabric. The fabric's much brighter than what you're seeing on the screen. I only work on this during my Stitch With Me's that go live on Mondays. So in this week's Stitch With Me, I finished the O bag for wool and started on the W bag. So making progress on that. Next up, in my Outlander to Better to Sleep project bag from Stitch Toolbox, using a Snippety by Caddy Cross Stitches. It's fabulous. There's a magnet under here, so I have one of those in like all my projects. I'm trying to get the picture. There we go. Sorry, it was stuck. This is the Cats and Mandalas February pattern by Kitty and Me Designs, Pamela Kellogg. And I'm stitching this for Dammy's 21st birthday. I hope I have it finished in time.
It's okay if you don't.
I know, but I just really want to have it finished in time. When I finish knitting the sample for the cowl pattern, that'll free up some of my crafting time. This fabric is from Be Stitch Me. It's 28 count Lugana in the Artemis colorway. And there is where I'm at. Needle minders from Gecko Rouge. So, I can't remember where I was last week. I think I was finishing up maybe this part right here. So I did this whole greenery wreath, and I am putting in the heart leaves right now, or heart petals right now. So, but this continues like over here and then all the way around. So, I'm really wanting to get to like the edge over here so that I can then figure out how much fabric I need to leave to make it have enough fabric all the way around and cut the fabric, because it's a very large piece. But I'm always nervous to cut the fabric before I know, like, before I like work out the full dimensions of it, because I'm like, I don't want to mess it up. So let's go in there. Alright, so there's that. And then the last thing is in my Winnie the Pooh Knit Run Dig project bag. And I am doing Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. I am using the Pattern Keeper software on a Kindle Fire 7. My needle minders are from Top Knot Stitcher, Grime Guard from Crab Shack Stitchery, and a Snippety from Caddy Cross Stitches. When I showed you this last Wednesday, the 20th, the 27th, I was at
23,500 stitches,
which you have been seeing on the screen. And here is where I am at now. If you want to see a picture of it,
unrolled.
Yeah, off the Q-Snap. It's on my Instagram, cc_JavaPearl. So now I am at 24,200 stitches out of 265,824. I'm at 9.104% complete. So I crossed over to 9% this week, and I've completed 4 of 60 pages. So this week I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll finish this column and do the first square in the next column. So there is where I am for the week on that. And that is all of my FlossTube for the week. A reminder, if you're just here for the FlossTube, that our 8th Podversary giveaways are going on, and we are giving away this cross-stitch kit. It is Gary Patterson Fit to be Tied. It has 14 count Ada, the floss, needle, graph, and instructions. It's this cute little kitty with the yo-yo and the little mouse. So, if you want to enter for that, you need to be a member of our Facebook group, which is at
facebook.com/groups/GGKCS.
And then just look for the post where that is posted. And you can enter. We will announce winners next week. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Sammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. I told Dammy just a couple of minutes ago, I didn't realize until we started recording that my glasses match my shirt. This is my Anne of Green Gables book cover shirt. Dammy gave it to me for some... Last birthday. Because I love Anne of Green Gables. So.
Outofprint.com.
There you go. I knew it had something literary. They have a lot of really cute stuff. So, Dammy's wearing a Hadestown shirt. Just in case you want to know, Lady Robin's FlossTube, she really likes to know what shirt you're wearing, because otherwise, the entire time that she watches, she's like, I can only see to hear what is going on the rest of that shirt. So, I try to remember, but I forget sometimes. Okay, we got Knit Crate box in this week. We received this box for free, so that we can share it with y'all. And this is the August box. There was a delay because of COVID, pandemic, all that stuff. But it's fine. So we got 2 skeins of Vitalana Linen Jewel. It's a 50% superwash merino, 30% linen, 20% silk. Fingering weight, 400 yards, 365 meters, 100 grams, in the Midsummer Rose colorway. And that's actually pretty true to color, wouldn't you say, Dammy? Mm-hmm. These would be great for like a summer top because of the linen in it. I'm trying to get the stuff out to show you. Go in there. It came with this really cute cork coaster. It says, sip 1, stitch 1, repeat from Bastric. I might actually keep this for myself. We'll see. Sometimes we keep the stuff that comes in the box, but a lot of times we use it as giveaways for our owls or things like our Podversary or different things like that. So we love being able to share it with y'all. So here it comes with, they come with a little booklet every month. With patterns in it. This month they invited Jewel Washington and Christy Bowden from Our Maker Life to help inspire the stuff. It made me laugh when I saw Christy, because that's actually my first name, and it's spelled correctly. I mean, it's like it's not correctly. It's spelled the same as Christy Bowden. Okay, so the patterns this month are this is a knit pattern, Simple Summer Shrug by Christy Bowden Designs, done on US 6's 4mm needles using the yarn that we got, just in a different colorway. And it says it's a beginner pattern. It comes in 5 sizes. And then we have the Pier Shrug. This is a crochet pattern by Jewel Washington, Our Maker Life, done on a USG 6 4mm hook, in 4 sizes. And then there is knit pattern, the Cactus Flower Socks by Laura Fallon Designs. Done on US 1's 2.25 mil needles. And there are 5 sizes for this. It's pretty. It is a cuff down pattern. And then finally, a crochet pattern, Sun Surf Socks by Karen Hooley of Karen Hooley Designs, and we know her. Done on size D3, 3.25 mil, and E4, 3.5 mil hooks. Intermediate skill level, 5 sizes. And next month's, or actually this month's, September's theme is Paradise.
Paradiso.
Oh, Paradiso, sorry.
Bird.
So thank you so much to Knit Crate for sending us this box. We do have a coupon code. There is a link in the show notes that you can click to use it. The coupon code is all capital letters, Geeky20, GEEKY20. It gets you 20% off your first order. It will only work to discount the first month of a recurring monthly subscription or for any of their shop items. And we do get, we earn a little money if you buy through our link. So, and that goes right back into the podcast. So, check it out if you are interested in that. I've been really pleased because they've been really good at communicating delays and such with what's been going on, and they even gave us a significant coupon code that we used to purchase 2 of the prizes for our 8th Podiversary giveaways. So I've been very, very pleased about that because there have been some company, I'm not necessarily crafting related companies, but there have been some companies that I've dealt with of late that have not been good with their communication. So, yeah. Do you have any yummies for this week?
No.
I'm trying to think what's happened this week. Just been busy. Busy. So, okay, well then let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It's our crafty photo a day challenge. So we've got a list of photo prompts for each month to take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we're picking our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. And September's theme is preparing for autumn. My favorite time of year. Okay. So what are we, as well as, I mean, it's not just preparing for autumn. It's got some of our usual stuff as well. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. You take a look at the prompt for today, for the day. Today's prompt is 8:30. I've set an alarm to take a picture tonight at 8:30. I was trying to think, what am I usually doing at 8:30? Either watching TV, depending on what time we eat dinner, depending on what time Russ gets home, and so crafting on the couch and watching TV, or getting ready for bed because I like to read in bed. So. We'll see. You'll have to see what photo I post. So you take a picture related to the prompt. You interpret it however you wish. We're very cheater friendly on this. You post it on Instagram. And make sure in your caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photos. If you have a private account on Instagram and you are participating in GGK Crafty Pad, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you because otherwise we can't see your photos. So send them a message. They'll follow you. We'll be good to go. And then yours might get chosen to be featured here on the podcast in the show notes. on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and in our Facebook group. So, all right. Well, I think that is everything for this segment, so let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading, Jamie?
I finally picked back up, so you want to talk about Race by Ijeoma Oluo. It's a really good book. I need to keep going so I can try and finish it before I go back to school.
Yep. Yep.
I'm also reading The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
How did I manage that?
Fun.
Good grief. I don't know what I did. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I lost.
So yes, I am still getting 15 minutes a day on our July, August, September 2020 read-along.
Thank you. My brain totally went crazy when I couldn't figure out what was going on with my needle. So, this is, the RAL is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. We have the seasonal alongs that you post in the Finish Line thread in our Facebook group, and you edit your post to update for your each day of the RAL, and participating in that earns you entries into our year-long challenge. And at the beginning of 2021, we will be giving away 3 grand prize bundles using random number generator to pull from those entries. So all the details are in the Facebook group and on our website. Okay, I finished reading Unclobber, Rethinking Our Misuse of the Bible and Homosexuality by Colby Martin. I talked about this one last week. It was good. Just my one qualm that I talked about last week about the word homosexuality and the relationship with religion and that. I also read this week I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin Channing Brown. Very, very impressed. Very well written, and would highly, highly recommend it in our continued journey to learn and understand and grow. And yeah, I would highly, highly recommend Austin's book. And then I have started reading for the, I think I talked about this last week. I am participating in a LGBTQ faith book club. And the book club is both for people who are LGBTQ as well as allies. Sign-ups have closed for it, but I believe maybe they'll open up sometime next year, maybe 6 months. But the first book we are reading is called After Evangelicalism, The Path to a New Christianity by David P. I think it's Gushi. Very, very well written. I was a little nervous because I was like, I was worried that it would be very, very dense, which with my fibro fog can sometimes be hard for me to deal with and grasp, but it's not. It's very readable, and talking about his journey, but also just the changes that have happened because of evangelicalism and moving past that, and people who consider themselves evangelical that have found that no longer fits, and just that journey to what is it? What other options are there? So we are reading the book, and there's a private Facebook group for the book club, and then at the end of the month we'll have a Zoom meetup, and the author is actually going to be there. So looking forward to that. Okay, that's all my nonfiction. My fiction is Continuing to read book 5 of the Harry Potter reread, because I've read it a zillion times. Book 5 of the Harry Potter series, The Order of the Phoenix, along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. This week we read the chapter St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries. And actually this one will be a 2-week one for Swish and Flick. But this is a chapter where Arthur Weasley's in the hospital after being bitten, and Harry having seen it, and they go to stay with Sirius at Grimmauld Place, and so that's what this chapter is. I finished listening to the second book in the Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown, Golden Sun, and now I'm having to wait for the third book, and I won't give spoilers, but man, the ending of book 2, I was messaging Michelle Bendy-Stitchy, because she's the one that got me reading this, because I had already read the first book, but I hadn't done any further, and we were messaging about it, and just oh my gosh, the end of book 2. So, very, very good. I read 2 books in the Cat Who ... series by Lillian Jackson Braun this week. I read book 24, The Cat Who Went Up the Creek, and book 25, The Cat Who Brought Down the House. And this is a kind of cozy mystery type series with cats and a journalist. And then I listened to book 5 in the Guild Codex Spellbound series by Annette Marie, called The Alchemist and an Amaretto. And also listened to the Guild Codex Demonized series by Annette Marie, book 2, Slaying Monsters for the Feeble. This is a fantasy, magic, all that series. And then I read the brand new, just released prequel to The Hunger Games. So they're labeling it Book 0. By Suzanne Collins, called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And it looks at, I can't remember what his first name is, Snow. When he's finishing school and they're trying to, make changes to the Hunger Games to make people more invested, and they bring on these students as mentor type things to the people that are the kids that are chosen for the Hunger Games, and just the journey that happened. And it's been a while since I had read the Hunger Games and watched the movies, and so I wasn't sure what I was going to think of this, but I feel like it was very well written. It was very engaging. It was long. It was a really, really long book. But it was very engaging, and if you're going in expecting to find out more about Katniss and Peeta, that's not what this is. They're not even in the book. So it is definitely a prequel of a young Snow just getting out of school, or just finishing up school. So, yeah. But I thought it was, if you enjoyed the other books in the Hunger Games series, you'll probably enjoy this as well. So, okay, Dammy, you have been watching some things.
Yeah. My best friend Hallie made me watch Twilight, so I watched Twilight Eclipse and Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. Breaking Dawn Part 1 was definitely my least favorite. Freaked me out.
You haven't read any of the books, have you?
No.
So you had no clue. And I know that Hallie told you need to watch them before they go off Amazon. They're still available. They're on IMDb TV now, where you watch it free with ads.
I watched both Breaking Dawns in one day for no reason.
Because I was linking them in the show notes, and I saw they're free on IMDb TV, which is through Amazon. You just have to watch ads. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, it just said, leaving Amazon in 36 hours.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be gone too, so I was very surprised when I was linking them to up today in the show notes.
Anyway, now she's like, you need to rewatch Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl yesterday.
You should have told me. I would have watched it with you. Instead, I started a new TV show after finishing another one. I'll tell you in a minute.
Yep.
If you want to watch more of them, I'll watch them with you. If you want to, it's up to you. I'm fine either way. So, okay, let me tell you what I finished watching. I finished watching Little Fires Everywhere. It was different than the book. Most TV or movie adaptations of books are. But I went into Dammy's room and was like, I love you. And Dammy you were like, what? And I was like, the people in this show, there are very, very messed up relationships between mothers and daughters and mothers and sons and mothers and children, and they are messed up. And our relationship isn't perfect, but holy cow. It was like, oh, wow. Very good. Very, very well done. Well acted. Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington played the leads. Very well done, but I was just like, holy crap. Like, seeing it on screen, watching it happen, I was just like, oh my gosh. So I needed something new to start watching. So I can't remember who had recommended it to me, but there's a TV show called Revenge that was on
ABC.
Yes, that's not what I was going to say, but yes. I think it was like 2011 to 2015-ish or something like that. And it's loosely based on The Count of Monte Cristo. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but the lead character, who is the girl from Everwood, is getting revenge for her father being framed for being part of funding terrorist plots. So, okay. Do you want to talk about the next thing?
We finished rewatching all of Warehouse 13. There's only 5 seasons, and only one of them is like a full-length 20-episode season, so we finished it.
Yeah, and the final season only had 6 episodes, so I was emotional. I forgot how emotional I was at the end. It was good. So what are we watching now? And then
you were like, instead of me watching Psych with you guys, you were like, we should rewatch Firefly.
I love Firefly. Oh,
I would just like to say though that watching this now, I think the last rewatch we did of it was like in 2015 or so. I'm noticing a lot of troubling aspects of it, such as in one scene there was a grill and a sign that said "Good Dogs." That really grossed me out. So there's a lot of gross cultural fetishism and also racist stereotypes within it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. When did Firefly come out?
2003?
So it's been a little while. We are watching it in the intended order of how Whedon did it, not in the totally screwed up order and the horribleness of what Fox did to it. Look at that cute baby. Pink Pearl is being very cute. She had a big seizure yesterday, so she's recovering. If you don't know, Pink Pearl, our cat, has epilepsy. And it's mostly controlled by medication, but she still has a seizure every once in a while, and yesterday was a pretty big one. So, like, not in intensity, but length. So, she's recovering, but she's so cute. Okay, yeah, so we're rewatching Firefly. We finished rewatching season 4 of Psych, but we didn't start season 5, I don't think. So, that, and then we're watching season 4 of Winona Earp, and we just watched the mid-season finale. I was like, they had said something big happened, and something big did happen, but I was hoping it was going to be something big that was a good thing and not something big that was a bad thing. So.
Okay.
Dammy has only seen what we watched of season 4. Dammy hasn't seen the rest of it, so lots of confusion there. And it's been, I mean, this season is like, especially for the fans, because it had gotten like canceled or whatever, and then they brought it back, and so all that. Okay, and I'm listening to My Favorite Murder podcast, as always. David Tennant does a podcast with, and this week he had on Dame Judi Dench. And she is so funny. So funny. And she was like, but I want to know all these things about you too, to David. And he was like, well, then you'll just have to do a podcast. And they were finishing it up, and she was like, but now I just want to talk to you about you. And he was like, okay, we can do it off air. So it was funny. And then Unlocking Us with Brene Brown has come back for its next season, and highly recommend it. The Evolving Faith podcast, I was just listening to the new episode today with Nish, I want to say Warren. Nish, how would you say that? Weisself?
Where?
Right there.
Why is it?
Weisself. Talking about politics formed by faith. Very, very good. Highly, highly recommend that podcast. And random Spotify playlist for me. What about you?
Spotify, Kevin Fisher.
Alrighty. That's what we're listening to and watching and reading. So let's award some prizes.
And now we're going to talk about our June, July, August.
Summertime. The last time I get to do it for a year.
Okay.
And the living is easy. Ow.
Yes. I'm sorry, you just completely wiped my brain. It's over now. So, before we announce prizes, I'm going to shout out the people who finished projects this week. And those were Emily, Jane, Jennifer, Julia, Linda, Lisa, Rita, Reevy, Sarah, Shannon, and Suzanne.
Yes.
Great job.
Great job. I'm trying to type the that you just completely wiped my brain. That's the name of the episode. I had another one, but now I don't remember what it was. So that's what it's going to be. But if I don't type it when that happens, I lose it. So, let's talk about prize winners. So,
we're gonna announce them.
if you are...
Yeah, I don't remember what we're doing.
Okay, if you are a prize winner, I need you to either email us at
GGKCS podcast@gmail.com.
Or you can send me a Facebook message, private message.
Her.
Me. Not Dammy.
Not me.
Me.
I don't check those.
You don't?
I mean, I do, but sometimes I don't.
So you need to send to me, CC Allman, on Facebook. I need your... These are all being shipped. I need your full name and mailing address. And if you are emailing me, if your name is different in your email name versus what your Facebook name is, I need you to tell me that. Do not message me on Ravelry if you're a prize winner, because I'm not checking it. So those are your two options: either email or send me a Facebook message with your information. You'll have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. Yes. So
we do have a combination of winners from both Ravelry and Facebook this time.
Yes.
But
yeah.
Still no message on Ravelry.
Yeah, because we didn't want everybody who had posted on Ravelry to have to repost in the Facebook group. So, okay. So do you want me to say the prizes and you say the winners?
Sure.
Okay. First up, we have the Hildy's Strawberry Patch Pattern. by Bindi Stitchy Designs that was donated by Tyra. The winner is...
Post 114 Panushka on Ravelry.
Next, we have the Labribus Light Alpaca in the Dogwood Berry colorway. We have 2 skeins, so each winner is going to win 1 skein. Those 2 winners are...
232 I Now Hour on Ravelry, and 344 Jane S on Facebook.
Yeah, we're not saying your full name if you are a prize winner from Facebook. If you're not sure, if your name is also Jane S and you're not sure if this was you or not, you can either go look in the FO thread because I commented with the entry number under it, or you can message me and I will tell you if that was you. Sorry, this is a little bit new learning curve on all this. Next up, we have the Clart I'm Flying cross-stitch kit donated by Lori. The winner is
23 Little Mermaid on Ravelry.
We have the Barocco Local Yarn Store Day 2019 pattern booklet. The winner is
28 Little Angel SG2 on Ravelry.
We have Uru Yarn by Knit Crate Silk DK in the Enlightened colorway. 2 winners are each going to win 1 skein. Those are
189 Elsa and M on Ravelry, and 184 D Door 4 on Ravelry.
And finally, we have Moda Day Sassy Stripes DK in the Stormy colorway. 2 skeins donated by Trisha. These are small skeins, so the 1 winner is going to get them both. That winner is
129 Nicole S on Ravelry.
So again, the winners are Panushka on Ravelry, I Now Hour on Ravelry, Jane S on Facebook, Little Mermaid on Ravelry, Little Angel SG2 on Ravelry, Elsa and M on Ravelry, D-Door 4 on Ravelry, and Nicole S on Ravelry. Do not contact me on Ravelry if you're a winner. Again, reiterating that. Email to
GGKCS podcast @gmail.com.
or send me a message on Facebook, CC Allman. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you so much to all of our prize donors. Yeah, so we have a new owl that has started.
And now we're going to talk about our September, October, November artistic autumnal owl. So this runs through the 1st of September through the 30th of November. It is for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to autumn. If you can't think of anything, you made it in the autumn. This owl is entirely hosted on Facebook now.
Yes.
Entirely on Facebook. So a couple main rules. No whips are allowed. Your project must have been begun no earlier than the 1st of September, then finished no later than the 30th of November. And then each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards. If it's not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single comment, and thus a single photo, in our Facebook FO thread, and that will be 1 entry. For stitching and sewing projects, we leave it up to your best judgment if it is big enough. You can feel free to polydip in other owls that are going on, as long as they fit in with the rules. That's totally fine.
Let me insert this here. We need to put it in the show notes and everything. But Dammy and I were talking about this before we recorded. It is now harder to figure out if people are either knitters, crocheters, weavers, spinners,
Dyers, stitchers.
stitchers, embroidery, whatever. In trying to award the prizes, because previously we could kind of look at Ravelry and see social media, see if you were both. So what we're gonna do is, I haven't done it yet, but it will be live by the time this podcast goes live tomorrow. We're gonna create a Google form, and if you are participating in the seasonal alongs, we're going to ask you to complete it. It's going to ask for your full name and mailing address, your email address, which is only going to be used to confirm that you're the prize winner.
And then there's going to be a check all that apply series of crafts. Check all if you're a knitter, crocheter, weaver, spinner, dyer doesn't matter. I mean, dyers do matter. That's not what I meant. No. But we have that scheme, the do-it-yourself dyeing scheme.
Right, but that's for rare that we have that. I have something like that.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. There's also going to be a thing where we need you to tell us what your Facebook name is, so that if you're, because I know some people have different Facebook names than like their actual name, like that we mail to, when we do ship out prizes. So we're going to ask you to fill that out, so that when we do go to award prizes, we can look and see if you are, a cross stitcher or not, or if you are a knitter or not. You still are going to have to contact us to claim your prize. But this is just a way to help us be able to more easily award prizes that you
will find use for and joy in.
Yes. So, if you don't fill it out, you can still participate in the seasonal alongs, but if you're a winner, you'll win what it is, because I don't have a way to know whether you are, what your preferred crafts are. There is a net. Go away. So, please fill that out. Okay.
We've got lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. We announced all these prizes last week, so if you want to hear about them in detail, you can go to last week's episode, or you can go to our show notes at GGKCS.com. If you're interested in donating a prize for this or future alongs, you can email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
You've got to be a member of the GGKCS group on Facebook in order to participate. There's a hashtag if you want to tag posts or anything, GGKCS Autumn 20. Our FO thread will be locked for comments on the morning of 1st of December, and winners will be drawn for the next podcast after that, and any winners have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it. There's also a chatter thread in Facebook too, and no one's finished projects yet, so...
It's only the 3rd of September, so it's okay. So work on your projects, get them posted, and please fill out the Google form. I will post as well in the Facebook group to announce that, to say, hey, please fill this out. It just helps us, like I said, be able to give you prizes that you will actually have use for. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, a part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, what is this week's question?
This week's question is from Alex. It says, what book did you read that made the biggest impact on you during your teenage years? Mine was actually an autobiography, Bo by Bo Jackson. The perseverance and determination of this man made a lasting impact on me and my outlook on life and what I could accomplish. You go first.
Okay, mine probably will not surprise anyone, was Anne of Green Gables series by Lucy Maud Montgomery. I don't know, I cannot even tell you how many times I have reread this series, and I'm about to be 43 years old, and it still impacts me every time I reread them. Just the way that this little girl was so mistreated and abused, and still persevered and found a family and made amazing things happen in her life, worked hard, and just plus the love story, just love the love story. Anne and Gil forever, and yeah, so that would be mine. Anne of Green Gables, the whole series. As an adult, Anne's House of Dreams tends to be my more favored book in the series, but just love the whole series. What about you?
The Chronicles of Narnia
by
C.S. Lewis.
Do you have anything you want to say about it?
It's really good.
It is a really good series. Are they ever going to make the next movie?
Probably not. But it's okay if they don't.
Yeah, it is a very, very good series. He has lots of really interesting writings. He was mentioned, a quote was mentioned of his in the book that I'm reading for book club. So that just popped in my head because I was reading it last night. Yeah. So those would be ours: Anna Green Gables series and Chronicles of Narnia series. What about y'all? Feel free to answer in the Facebook group or in the YouTube comments, or on your own podcast, FlossTube, if you would like. If you have a question for us, what should they do, Dammy?
You can post it in our Ask the Geeks thread on Facebook, or you can leave it in the YouTube comments.
That's right. And there has not yet been a question we have not been willing to answer, so feel free to ask away. Okay, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we have a reminder about giveaways.
Yes.
Prizes.
Yes. So last week we celebrated our 8th anniversary. Thank you to everyone for your kind words and everything. We really appreciate it and have enjoyed reading the comments in the giveaway threads in our Facebook group. But we just want to remind you because we will announce prize winners next week. So we have 4 giveaways that we're doing. First up is for this skein of Knitology by Knit Crate Sheen yarn. It's a merino wool silk cashmere base, fingering weight. The colorway is Titmouse, and it's this kind of light lavender, yellowy gold, blue, brown color. Beautiful.
It's the color of the bird.
It is.
Titmouse.
Yes. We also have a skein of Uru yarn by Knit Crate Cotton Basic, which is organic Pima cotton. In the pavement colorway, it's a DK weight, and it's shades of gray. Can't go wrong with skein of grain yarn. As we mentioned in FlossTube, the FlossTube segment, we have the Gary Patterson Fit to be Tied Counted Cross Stitch kit with the pattern, the floss, the fabric, everything you need to get started on this tied up kitty. And finally, we are giving away to one person all of our Java Pearl design single paid for patterns as PDFs. There's over 60 of them. So, if you want to enter for one or two or three or four, you can enter for all of them. That's totally fine. Go to our Facebook group at
facebook.com/groups/GGKCS.
Find the giveaway threads. There's 4 of them, one for each prize, and enter. And we will close those threads for commenting when we get ready to record next week, and we will announce the winners next week. All right, let's move on to the next segment. We made it to the end of the show. Okay, so let's talk about what's going to be changing with Dammy going back to school. So, Dammy is going to reduce down to only being on the weekly podcasts every other week. There still will be a weekly podcast. So on the weeks that Dammy is on, we will be doing all the segments. On the weeks that it's only me, I'll just be doing On My Needles, FOs, FlossTube, Yummies, and what I'm reading, watching, listening to. So it should be shorter episodes. I still will be continuing to release the Stitch With Me's on Mondays. Our podcast FlossTube episodes will release still on Fridays as previous. We are going to attempt, fingers crossed, that technology is better than when we did this over a year ago. We're going to attempt to do the episodes with Dammy on via video conferencing and record them that way. I'm just not comfortable yet walking onto the ferry to go to meet Dammy at university. I've driven onto the ferry, but it's pricey to drive onto the ferry on a regular basis, and so we're going to try it this way, and hopefully it will work. Yeah, Dammy's just got a lot more on their plate this year with school and work, and so we were trying to figure out a good compromise so that we could still do this together, and so that is the plan. So Dammy Dammy will be on next week because you'll still be home next week. And then the following week after that, it'll be just me. And then the week after that, it'll be both of us via video conferencing. So, yeah. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting Dammy and their school journey. And understanding that life happens and sometimes we have to make changes. And that's what we do. So, that's the plan. Anything you want to say about that?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. We'd like to say a big thank you. Love you guys so much to all of our sponsors. We really appreciate everyone who supports the podcast, but especially those of you who support us financially. That money is used to buy prizes, to ship prizes, to pay for technology stuff behind the scenes and the like. So thank you to those of you who help with that. If you are interested in supporting the podcast that way, there are 4 different ways you could do that. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives and you earn rewards based on the level you donate at. If you'd like to know more about that or want to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/GGKCS.
What?
Or there is a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
Sorry, I was trying to take a drink while you said that. And then we are bookshop.org affiliates. Each week we create a list on Bookshop of all the books that we talk about in that week's episode. Bookshop is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our shop, we earn a commission, as well as local independent bookstores earn money from your purchase. Our bookshop is at bookshop.org/shop/GGKCS. Or in the show notes each week is a link to that episode's list. And we are Amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first, click on the appropriate link in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes. Do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you would be doing anyway. You're about to tell them where to find us online, but just a reminder that my Instagram is now cc_JavaPearl, JAVAPURL, and Pinky's Instagram is now Pinky Pearl, PINKIEPURL. She's sleeping so soundly, we haven't brought her over, but stay tuned after the credits for a video of Pinky. We always do that. So if you have not been staying tuned till after the credits, you're missing a Pinky video every week. Okay, Dammy, where can they find us online?
You can find us at ggkcs.com. There are links to everywhere else we're online. I forget my new order. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc.
Yes. I think that's all of them. Yes.
Our website.
Mm-hmm. JavaPearl Designs.
That's where our patterns are. Etsy.
Mm-hmm. PayHip. All of that. All of that. You can find that all in the show notes. Okay, well, we're going to say goodbye. We hope you have a great weekend ahead. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Stay safe. Wear your masks. I'm really excited because I just got delivery notification of 2, I'll show you next week, but 2 Gilmore Girls masks that I ordered for myself. I'm so excited. Yeah, and keep on crafting. Happy crafting until we talk to you again. Bye.
Bye.
Can anybody find Pinky? Pinky, where are you? Oh my goodness, you're hiding. Pinky. Pinky. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Love you.